Hey, Wolfpack, Happy New Year! Oh my gosh, I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you, but I was really there. We had a ton of live shows, but they were all pre recorded. So I was hanging out with you in the chat. So it is so nice to see you, and I hope you had a very relaxing couple of weeks too. So my mom bought me this whole box of the cutest cups. So every day you're going to get a different one. And then I received other cups from some of you, not all of you, but some of you. You know I love my mugs. So, still getting over the Christmas cold. So, this kind of a couple things. Today, we're behind the scenes. I'm working on the top behind me. You can see the green one. And I also have this beautiful dress. Remember, I talked about this last year? I made this so long ago, but it's just too, I don't know, not me. So, I'm going to turn it into a skirt because it's silk charmeuse. You know how much this fabric is? Yeah, a lot. I have a beautiful rolled hem on it, but it's just, yeah, I don't like it. So I'm refashioning this, and I'll give you some tips for what I'm doing on the top behind me. I'm not going to finish it, but I did do a few pattern hacks that you'll see on there too. So that's what we're doing today, but a couple announcements. One, I did draw a winner to the French European dress form from Joe. So there's been a little confusion. Fashion Sewing Club members, we're also doing another giveaway in there with Melody that's totally different. So we're going to do that drawing next week. But for the Joes, which if you guys missed the show, it was fantastic. He was talking about a lot of the adventures he's got going on this year. And he also gave us a ton of giveaways, which he sent me the whole box. And I've been piecing together everybody's addresses and I'm sending them out this week. So in case you were wondering, where were they? Well, I was out of town and your gifts were here. So I'm not announcing the winner yet. I drew the winner and I need to go and make sure that we drew a winner from, you had to be a member of the Fashion Sewing Club or part of the fall winter gift class that we put together. So I drew the name. I need to go in and make sure that they want. I'm going to email them and make sure that they want the dress form because I've had other people in the past that said, hey, you know what? Give it to someone else. So let me check with them and then I will announce it this week as soon as I hear back from them. All right. So you just got to keep your fingers crossed. So Joe, thank you for giving us another giveaway for his last final show with us. So, all right. So that's coming. And those of you waiting for your gifts, I've got quite a few of them that were shipped today, and I've got quite a few more tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. So a couple funny things. For Christmas, I don't know, I was around a lot of little kids. Which is my favorite thing ever. But it's like being in a petri dish. So I'm still getting over, I don't even know what it is, like a kid's cold or something like that. I don't know who else got that. So if you see me disappear for a minute, it's just to drink my tea and, oh my gosh, I know, eat more airborne. Couple more announcements. Did you join me yesterday for the Dime event? The replay is up for 48 hours. So you still have 24 hours. They had some fantastic deals in there. And Lisa did such a good job just showing different tutorials. I've actually seen this one before, but every time she does it, she changes it up a little bit. So let me put the link in the comments because yes, I am live. I'll put that in there. If you missed it and you want to see the replay, you can click on the link that I'm posting right now. And yes, we are on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, and Twitch. And there's something new now that we can go live on Instagram. I did not do that today because I think the camera angle would be too weird. So I know a lot of you like to hang out there, but right now we're doing our same old thing. So by the way, did you guys get anything great for Christmas? Because I have seen so many of you posting pictures of your outfits. What am I wearing today? I am wearing the Linda tunic. Why? Because for some reason, I have sold a ton of those patterns the last week. So I don't know if there was a new episode of It's So Easy out there that showed this, or somebody was showing them. Maybe you were showing off your Linda tunic, but it seems to be the hottest pattern of January. And I put this on. This is pretty old. It's one of my first. It's so comfy. It's out of a rayon that I got from Vogue Fabrics. And I was thinking this would make a great PJs. That was the wrong word to put in front of that. This would make an awesome pair of PJs, not a great. So that's what I'm thinking. Might have to be one of my next outfits, but I'm so happy to be back in the studio. So today I finished cleaning. I'm working on the bag pattern. The bag, I'm making my second bag already. For those that are going on the cruise, you're going to be making the cutest tote bag you've ever made, and an extra little zippered bag in there that has a little twist to it. So I've been working on that. I'm making a new top, all these different things going on. And I want to refashion this because I want to wear it maybe for Easter or something like that. So I'm ahead of the game, which is very rare. All right, so let's get sewing. But before I do that, a lot of you joined me right before Christmas when we did kind of a test pre-run for Fabric to Fashion. Well, we have a meeting this afternoon, and as far as I know, I can give you a little heads up that the launch date is February 8th. So stay tuned. It will be confirmed this afternoon. I've seen the final show, fully edited. We've made a few changes there. I love it. I even cried at the end. I only cried because I was so excited to see it finally come to fruition to the grand finale. But oh my gosh, you guys are going to love it. So mark your calendar tentatively. I'll let you know after our meeting this afternoon, but February 8th, coming to Made It Myself TV. And I know a lot of you have already bought your Vizio TVs. You already have your Made It Myself TV app, all of those things. So you're going to get to see a lot of that. So very exciting. I told you 2024 is already kicking off to be an amazing year, and you are going to love all the fun things that we have going on. So we've got that. And Fashion Sewing Club, we have our first meeting in January, Thursday, which is tomorrow at 2 p.m. And we're kicking it off with what are the trends for this year, wardrobe planning, and all of that, like we did last year. It's kind of a good way to start fresh this year, find out what things you need to add to your wardrobe, and find out what trends are happening, because you don't always have to be on trend, but it helps. All right. I can see you all saying yes, yes, yes. Good. Joanna, did you lose your sewing job? Your sewing mojo. Sewing Joe. Got it. Oh, you know what, Patty? I didn't send out an email for the Dime event. So there's a link. Did you see the link I just posted? I kept posting it on Facebook. Phyllis, you do not have to bring fabric for the cruise. They're actually cutting kits right now, so you don't even have to cut. It's all coming. So I think you're going to like it, though. Yeah, I don't know, Marianne. I don't know why all the Linda tunics, but they're going crazy. Oh, I see a lot of people in here. Well, all right, guys, let's get sewing. Hey, Peg, great to see you. Oh, Deborah, not as much as I'm looking forward to it. It's like finally, it's almost a 1-year anniversary for when, well, we kind of started it last February. Yeah, that's when we started taping. Oh my gosh. I hope so, Karina. I hope so. I've put your request in there. How's that? All right. So, by the way, if you want to stay up to date with photos from Fabric to Fashion, please go to fabrictofashion.com. You can sign up for the email. I've never sent an email from there. I wanted to wait till we had a launch date. And also, Fabric to Fashion is on Instagram. And you can also follow my Instagram. That's where we'll be sharing a lot of the behind the scenes. And I'm sure we're going to do a pre-show. Not quite like the last one, but very similar. That was our test run. And this time, hopefully you guys don't have a snowstorm out west, right? I know. All right, so let's get sewing. I'll bring you over here. So I've been cutting this top out. Take some of these banners off for you so you can see. Somewhere. Hold on. Here you go. Okay. So I've got a couple things going on. You can see them all here. Think that's a good angle? Sure. We clash. This is teal. This is green. But this is that super soft fabric that so many of you are posting photos of. And I was thinking, I have got to get sewing. I just didn't have time in December, but I do now. So I cut this one out and I took some quick videos. I'll post them on Instagram so you can see how I made the V-neck. I started with the Bella and I changed the neckline, but I've been playing with a couple of things. So let me find, I just had the fabric. Oh, it's over by my desk. Hold on. I know, Susan. Well, Susan, I just saw you said this fabric's so soft. You made a bra with it. I was thinking this would be so comfy. I would probably walk around in my bra. Maybe not a good idea. Maybe in Florida. How's that? Act like it's a bathing suit? All right, so there's the V-neck. I don't have a lot of fabric left. So I did something fun with the sleeves, which I'll show you here in a minute. I made the top sleeve a little bigger. This piece of fabric was a piece that I had cut for somebody's order, and I must have measured wrong. I think they wanted 2 yards, and I only cut maybe 1.25 yards or something. I don't know. I had a piece left over. Normally, I will have 2 yards for a top, but this time I did not. So I cut the top. I made it a little longer because I want to wear it with leggings. Like I've got leggings on. That would be cute with leggings with slits in the side. Do you remember that top I made in Fashion Sewing Club? It was black, similar to this. Had a cowl neck. It was kind of fitted with some ruching. Oh my gosh. I live in that top. So why not make a few more out of a little bit of a different twist? So I started with the Bella, turned it into a V-neck. I took the sleeves. I made one. This is all the fabric I'd left. So the sleeve's going to be like this short. Well, I don't want that. So I made the top part a little wider, and then I found a little piece in the side, and I'll make a cuff. It'll totally look like I planned it. But I'll show you a fun, easy way to do these sleeves. We'll do that today in just a minute. And the collar, I guess you'll have to vote on it because I'm not really quite sure what to do. This is all I've left. So I can either make a smaller neckline and have a center front seam and a center back seam, which would be totally doable. Or I'll take this, fold it in half. I did have kind of a fun idea. Karina, you've been posting all of those photos of the asymmetrical tops. We did that in Fashion Sewing Club last year, and I really like that look. So I was kind of thinking about this one. So let me find my pins. I know the studio is so clean right now, at least the section that you're looking at. So I was thinking taking this over here, like almost like a V-neck, okay? So it'd be sewn into that seam, but this is a straight, it's not curved, so it's straight. So if I sew it into this seam here and then flip it over, it could actually be sewn into both of these seams. I'm just going to tuck it under just to give you the idea, but it would actually be sewn into the seam just like a collar. All right, so that's one side. Then I have the back. And I could stretch it just a little bit here. And I don't mind having a little bit of a neck gapping. I mean, I think that that's part of the look, okay? Almost like a collar. Well, it is a collar, but you know what I mean. And then taking this, and if I were to just slide this over, I'm not going to use this whole piece. If I slide this to meet that area, wait for it. What do you think? I'll do a few pins here. I like it. What do you think? So the collar's thicker here, it's thinner here, it leaves an opening, but because this section will meet this section, it can sew right into this to the seam here. So you have a nice V-neck and then kind of a collar around it. And then the back will look kind of like this. I'll put a few more pins in there. I need to fix my dress form. I made it too high, and I just have to fix that little spring in there. What do you think? Yay or nay? Well, don't go like this. That's a bad thing to do on Facebook. How about a yay, a like if you like it, and on YouTube, do a like. And if you love it, do a heart. So you can either like it or love it. You can't hate it. Isn't there a show about that? Like It or Love It? Yeah. And don't forget, the theme for this year is sew what you want, when you want. So this is one of them. Now, of course, there will be some fabric on the back. I just didn't pin it on so you could see it. All right, so let me bring you a little closer. Again, this will be sewn into this seam here and this seam where it's a thicker band. And then here, I wrap it around. So I'll actually cut off, if you can imagine, I'll end up cutting off all of this. I don't know, I think it's pretty cute. So I'll come over and see your comments. So that's one thing I'm working on. Yay or love it? Which one? And oh yeah, Love It or List It. That was the show I was thinking of. Okay, so that one's there. I'll come over and see your comments. But now we need to take this beautiful dress and turn it into a skirt. I don't think matronly is the word. I just think it just makes you look, I don't know, not okay. So let me see what your vote is on this, and then we'll work on this. I need my glasses for that. Unless you type really big. And if you're typing all caps, I'll think you're yelling at me. Oh, I see a lot of loves. Whoa. Okay, so that's like, Marcia gave me a love. Helen gave like the triple love. Oh, I'm so glad. I think it's fun. Oh, Darlene, a piece of jewelry would set it off. Actually, Chris, the necklace that your daughter made me is in the other room, would match that perfectly. Perfectly. So now it's kind of looking a little messy on the dress form, but Patty says it's frumpy. No, Marcia says it's frumpy. Patty says it's okay. Well, right now it's kind of hanging out right there, but once it's sewn, I think that you'll like it. Bobby said she loves it. So we have some love and we have some actuallys. Is that what we say? Okay. And it's okay. I asked you to be honest, right? If I wanted you not to be honest, then I would just say, hey, I'm going to make this. And I really don't care. But I probably am going to make it anyways. But I'm just thinking, I like the asymmetrical look. Right now, it's looking a little bit messy. But once it's on, I think it's going to look cool. And I'll play with it a little bit more as well. Oh, Susan, are you talking about the fabric? Okay. This was frumpy. That's a good word. Thanks, Marcia. Thanks for correcting. Which side of the fabric are you using? I'm going to use, okay, so that fabric behind me, let's go back to the green. Now that I understand you girls are talking about the other thing. This fabric's super soft. And the soft side, let's go back over there. Actually, that looks really weird. Let me put this in here so somebody doesn't flip in here and think I've lost my noodle on my designing. There, that looks better. Okay, this is the super soft side, which I'm actually that will be the inside because it's really soft like pajamas. Karina, you made yours both ways, didn't you? I think the right side is the not super soft. Well, to be honest, the side that's super soft on the outside has a richer green. So that's going to be the outside. That is the outside of the fabric. Both sides look good though. But the softer part's on the outside. All right, so keep your votes coming in and let's go ahead and fix this crazy dress. Frumpy, yeah, that is totally the word. Oh, no, Patty says, nope, she's talking about the design. Don't worry, Patty. If it ends up frumping, you know what'll happen. Cut it up, start over. What am I going to do at the top of this after I cut the skirt? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Okay, let's go do the dress. All right, I'll slide this back here. This is still going into the decisioning stages for later. Oh, yeah, did you want to see what I did to the sleeve? Okay, hold tight. I'll take you over there. How about here? I think you'll see pretty good there. All right, so this is what I did to the sleeve pattern. And I'll put a little video on Instagram just showing how I did this. So I only had this much length left. So I absolutely could not make these any longer. So I decided to take this and cut it wider than the pattern and then add a little cuff. So this is the bottom of the sleeve, which if I sewed both of these together, I added 1/2 of an inch to each of these sides, so it'd be long enough, and then I have room for a hem. But I made this a little tighter. Here, pin it. Got to start walking around with my pins. Okay. I made it a little tighter than the sleeve, so this is the cuff. Has a nice stretch to it. So see how that's a little bit tighter? That will be the hem. And then this sleeve will be gathered to it. Make sense? So that seems to be a good width for there. So here's the other one. So the first thing I would do on this is to gather this fabric here and attach it to here. And then I can sew down one big long seam and then turn this under and hem. That'd be kind of an easy way to do it. I could have actually left even more room for this, but I didn't want it too bulky. I don't want it too frumpy, Patty. Not too frumpy. So there's the sleeves. That's what I pattern hacked for that. All right, let's get to the dress. Oh gosh. Do you see my poor Peace Lily over here? Yeah, she missed a little water while I was gone, but you know the good news is that Peace Lily I've had since it was a gift when I first bought this building from some friends of mine. And every time I leave, the leaves go, and then I put water in it, and 4 hours later, they're back up. I just have to go cut off all the brown leaves. But Susie, I'm sorry to say, Susie Berry, your plants did not make it. They were hardly making it when I was here, and then they totally bit the dust. All right, so I have to get a screwdriver and fix this. I think I was moving it around too much. Okay, so here is the dress. You probably want to see what it looks like, right? The original. Are you going to sew anything special this year? Do you have anything on your bucket list for sewing? This year's going to be so different for me. I've got a lot of things planned, and I have that Blair pattern that we'll be coming out with, and that's going to be a super cute jacket. A lot of fun things. All right, so here is the dress. You can see it's not very flattering. And whoop. Okay, let me fix this. There we go. Okay, so I made it too very loose because I always wore it with a belt, and it looked very cute with a belt. But I don't know, not so much anymore. It just makes you look. I don't like it. So if you look closely, I have some pins through here. I tried it on, and all I did is I unzipped this to where I thought it would be a cute skirt. So it actually went down to about there, which made it even a little bit longer. And if I cut all this off, it'll be a skirt. I can even keep this whole zipper. I've got the hidden zipper here. So you can see the whole thing, right? Yeah. All right, so let's cut. Let's cut it up. And you know, actually, once I do this, the top, I could maybe refashion it, because silk charmeuse is so expensive and it's so soft. Maybe refashion it with a white knit, or because there is white floral in here. All I know is this isn't working. Okay, so let me bring this down just a little bit so you can see as I cut. How's that? Better? Okay, scissors. Bye-bye dress. I'm with you on that. All right, I just had my Kais. Where did they go? Oh, here they are. I should use the big pair, but this will work. All right, see if I can find my pin marks. And I don't think that they're all totally parallel. So I'm eyeballing this because I want the cut to be parallel all the way across. Oh, you probably want to see me cut, don't you? All right. I'm cutting just a little bit up above that because I'll either add a waistband or I'll show you some ideas that I have. All right, where did that cut go? Uh-oh. You know what I have to do for the zipper? Open it before I cut because I'm going to use the same zipper. So let's skip past the zipper for now. Keep cutting. Try not to cut the pins. That doesn't work very well with your scissors, right? I must not have put any pins in the front, so all right, let's just eyeball it. Not really quite sure what this top would look like without the skirt. Kind of really, I don't know, maybe other kinds of pajamas? Weren't we talking PJs earlier? Bathing suit cover up. Yeah, that's kind of a bathing suit on its own. All right. She's done. Oh, look. I even see the little thread tacks that I used to put the belt through. All right. Take the pins out. Oh, that's actually a much cuter dress when I was in my 20s. And then this part here, I will end up cutting, but after we take it to the table. So, actually, why don't we just cut it right here? I've opened the zipper up. Whoop. All right. Done. I love silk skirts. And I think something with this skirt would look really nice with a white tank top versus having like all this floral. Too much floral. Okay. She lost it. What do you think? Anything you think you could do? I hope you're taking that in a whole lot. Well, yeah. Well, that's why I didn't like the dress because it was way too. What was the word you used earlier? Frumpy, or Marcia used that. So I did a pretty good job. That's a pretty even cut. So the first thing that I will do is secure the top where the zipper is because once I zip this up and try it on, I want to make sure that I don't actually accidentally zip up too high. So we've got that going for us. The bottom's already hemmed. So once I try it on, let's go to the table and I'll show you what we'll do. Too voluminous, voluptuous. I heard you, Sharon. I definitely heard you. Yeah, Patty, he might. That's so funny. Oh, thanks, Clovis. I agree. I agree, Melody. Cut, cut, cut. Oh, thanks, Mary. One of my fortes. Cut her up. Okay, so take a look at this from the table view. Now, I'm not trying this on with all of you here because I have a pair of leggings on, which will not have the fit for this correctly, but it's going to be too big. The skirt right here is going to be too big. Let's lay it on the table, though, to see what we have. Look at the hem I did on this. And I don't remember what online class I taught showing this, but that is a beautiful, narrow, rolled hem on silk charmeuse. Actually turned out gorgeous. I impressed myself even looking at that. But this is old. In fact, I even remember wearing this to dinner one time, and it's so easy. Well, I didn't wear it to dinner. I would always drive. It was about 7 hours, 6 or 7 hours, depending on where I was driving from for the TV show. And we were fishing in Frankfurt, and I had to get up really early Monday morning to drive, and it was 7:30, and I was so tired. So I wore this dress because it was a hot, hot, hot August day, and I thought this will be nice and cool. And I got there, and we went straight to the restaurant, and I wore this, and I swore I'd never wear it again because I just felt like even with the belt, it was just too. Maybe if I had changed the neckline on it, it would have been fine, but I didn't like it. Okay, so you can see my cutting is a little crooked through here, so let's straighten this up. First of all, I'll zip this up just a little because I will need to do a few stitches here to hold this in place to make sure that I don't zip it off. The zipper already looks so nice, right? And also, what is that, about 6, 7 inches? Let's check. Because if you're wearing a skirt, and this skirt will be right at my waist. It's not a low cut or anything like that. Right at the waist because it's so flowy. So you really need it fitted at the waist and then flow out. And then I could wear a nice white tank top or a crop top or something like that with it. So the zipper that we left, yeah, 7 inches. Actually, almost with it open, it's almost 7.5. So it's perfect. I can either add a waistband. I'm actually going to cut a little more of this off. Most of my zippers for skirts are anywhere from 6 to 7.5 inches, depending. So let's straighten this out a little bit. That little wonky one there, otherwise it was cut perfectly. Was I talking to you guys when I did this little cut? Must have been. So let's straighten her out. We have to be even with the little lip there. Yeah. Okay, one more thing I want to check is this side seam. Let's see. This was a princess seam skirt. So let's check the princess seams. Make sure that they're the same length. That's how we'll know if I cut this. Perfect. Oh, I like it when that works out, huh? Especially if you're on a live. All right, let's see this one. That's a side seam. It matches from end to end. Perfect. Boy, I'm batting a million today. And there's the front. Perfect. Now, that is some good cutting. I'm just kidding. Well, actually, no, I'm not. Okay, so now that we know that we have the skirt length that we want, and I measured that before. That's how I knew where to cut. That's why I cut it so high on the dress form, because I wanted this to be a little longer. So if you look closely at the inside, it has princess seams. I want to keep the fullness at the hem. So in order to take these in to make sure that the skirt fits okay, I will start here and then angle in. So I'll just put a couple pins here to show you. And then I will take this, I'll try it on first. Start here and then take it in. And do that at each princess seam. How much? Well, it depends what size your waist is. So if you really want to be meticulous for your test trial for trying it on with pins, all you have to do is measure all the way around the top with this closed and compare that to your waist. And then whatever you need to take it in, you can either divide it between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For this, in this case, I could divide it between 6 seams. So I might only need to take it in a little bit on each one. I don't know. I didn't measure, but I'm kind of guessing just by looking at what it looked like on the dress form. And then again, keeping it straight at the bottom. So once I do that all the way around, and then again, do a tack right at where the zipper is. So I would take this, do a tack here and a tack here. How do you want to finish the waistband? Well, I had a few ideas. I didn't really cut off enough fabric to be able to use that as a waistband. I mean, I probably have a little scrap of this down in my stash, but I'm not going to dig. So a couple of other ideas. I could take a piece of elastic and let's see if I'll give you a couple of different ways. First of all, I would serge the top edge of this for sure because this silk frays like crazy. So let me take these pins out just so you can kind of get a better visual. I could sew this to this part of the elastic right here and then tuck it under. I don't want to do the whole piece because that makes it pretty short. Well, I could, I guess. But figure out what length you want. If you don't want it that long, then serge this whole edge and sew it right here to this edge, maybe about 1/4 inch in, and then tuck it under. And that'll be the inside, but this will be the outside. And that would look fine. I had a couple of other ideas, and I was walking around with it while we were going live. So let me see if we can I spy it. Anybody see a thing of lace? Bye, Helen. Have a good day. Oh, thanks, Patty. Well, the width of the waistband depends. So, oh, I see it. Hold on. Found it. All right. I found this in my stash. And I had another idea. Probably not pink. That kind of looks, well, it doesn't matter. It'll be on the inside. But white was the color that really struck out to me. Not struck out, but struck me. All right. Let me cut some of this off. I think my mom had given me this. This is old. Really old. So I could serge this edge and then attach this to the edge, the lace, and then tuck that under. So there really wouldn't be a waistband. Or I could serge the edge and attach this on the right side. Let's see which side this is. Which side's the right side? They both, right here. And use this as the waistband because it's a finished piece of lace. Just a different idea. You're not going to see the waistband anyways. Okay, I had one more last idea. I'll just use this little hand towel here to just kind of give you the visual. I was thinking of binding of a white knit and cutting it maybe 4 or 5 inches wide and attaching that to here. And that way this waistband, it's a knit and could kind of scrunch down a little bit and then wear maybe a tighter white top underneath. So you'd have a tight white top. The waistband would almost look like a belt with a white knit and then the flowy skirt. So I guess we need to vote. Knit, scrunchy belt, lace, or elastic. All right, elastic lace. Now this is a towel, by the way, guys, but I have a nice piece of white Softique rayon knit. Because if you look at the right side of this fabric, there are splashes of white. And I always wore this with a white sweater. So if I did this with a white knit, a rib knit, and made it a little longer, and then this was tighter against the waist, kind of like a belt, but that was also the waistband. And then underneath, I could wear either a blue tank top, I could wear a white top, I could even wear it with a bathing suit top and almost use it as a bathing suit cover up. Okay, what's your vote? Yeah, the knit would be comfortable too. The knit would be kind of, stretchy. So knit, elastic, or lace. I'm probably going to not do the lace because now that I see the other two, I kind of like those two better. But as you know, this is behind the scenes, and I guess you won't know till next week what I ended up doing. Oh, I see a few knits here. Betty says knit. I just think the knit waistband would be cute. Now I can still do the knit waistband with the zipper because I need the zipper to put it on. Although the skirt kind of flows, so maybe I don't. Yeah, you're going to need the zipper to pull it up. Thinner elastic. Well, you guys have some pretty good elastic on the inside, lace on the inside. I kind of like the lace on the inside. Maybe the lace could be underneath the knit. I don't know. Do you, Shirley? Yeah. No, the lace doesn't stretch, Donna. Yeah, that was my drive-by. Yeah, I could find a matching fabric too and attach that to the elastic. It just depends. I'm going to try it on, see how long it is to see if I like it. But I think it's going to be pretty darn cute. A lot of you are saying knit, and a lot of you are saying elastic. I don't see too many laces. Oh, Tina says lace. Simple is usually better. Well, okay, so how would I do it with the knit with a zipper? Let me show you. It's pretty easy. So, because if I use a rayon knit, it stretches, right? So for example, I have a piece of fabric here. I'll just use this. Let me see if this will stretch. Hold on. Yeah, I'll just use this for a second. So let's pretend this is white. It's not, but let's pretend. Oh, sorry, Peg. Let me take your comment down for you. I don't think that, well, I don't, oh, if the lace is itchy, I definitely don't want that, Cheryl. I think it's more like a lingerie lace. That's not too itchy. Okay, so let's pretend that this piece of fabric here is a ribbed knit. Okay, it has a good stretch. How you would sew that in is if this is the right side. Let me flip this back to the right side so you can kind of see. Here's the zipper. Don't forget to put your tops if whatever stitches so the zipper doesn't come off. Once this is closed, this would be my back center seam for my knit. But just watch something. Let's just pretend this was white and this was all sewn on, almost like a ribbed neckline. And if it was like this long, I could scrunch it up. Okay. Okay. You can still open. Get this out of the way so you can get. You'd still be able to open your zipper up, and this would stretch to help you get it on because you don't need a lot of room. So I could still do that. I'll bring this back to the dress form. See what it looks like. Cannot believe our time is almost up. So Fashion Sewing Club, don't forget we have our session tomorrow. I will be adding all of you to the Crowdcast, and you'll get an email. If you missed the Dime show yesterday, you can watch it for another 24 hours from now. Oops, come over here. They just always have such good deals during that show. I don't get to pick all the products, but I think they know my favorite, so they always include that. All right, so I definitely will be taking this in a little bit. And like I mentioned, at each seam, if I take it in a little bit at the top and then down to nothing at the bottom, it's kind of what we're looking for here. Just hold this in place. Where's the other seam? Oh, here's one. I think this is going to be really cute. Okay. There you go. What do you think? Oh, I love it. Oh, there goes the top. Top is off. There probably would be enough fabric here if I wanted to use something like this as the waistband. I would just have to get really creative of how I piece that together. So there you go. There's the skirt. Oh, there you go. Oh, Patty, that would be cute. Turn it back into a dress with like a Patty. That's not a bad idea. Like a white knit top and then attach the skirt. I just didn't like the top. I love the skirt. That was a great idea. Oh gosh, now you're going to make me double think. Think over this again. All right, I'll let you know. I'll finish it before next week. It might pass as a crop top, but it'd be a very short one. Hey, Angie, nice to see you. Okay, I'll have to go back through all your comments to see what was the vote. Was it a knit waistband, self waistband? Now we added that, or elastic or lace? All these questions. It sounds like my fish from. Remember the fish that we had at the other building? Leather and lace. Yeah, that's so we got lace, knit, elastic, you name it. All right, guys, this was super fun. So last thing to remember, tomorrow, Fashion Sewing Club, as soon as I hear from the winner of the dress form that they for sure want it, I also have to make sure they're in the United States, then I will let you know who won. And if they turn it down, then I'll draw another winner. All right, everyone. Talk soon. Have a great day. And don't forget, Fabric to Fashion. Hey, Betty, I'm not going to be at the expo in Washington. I would have loved to be, but I'm going on a sewing cruise just a week and a half or 2 weeks before, and I just couldn't handle both because you have to ship all your class stuff, and there was no way that was going to work. So I will miss you, though. I will miss you there. Betsy, thanks for asking. Thanks, Amber. All right, everyone. Fashion Sewing Club, see you soon. Everyone else, stay tuned for the full update on Fabric to Fashion. February 8th, mark it on your calendar. I'll let you know if it's for sure and what time. And this time is for sure. We just had to make a few changes, and there were some good reasons that we waited till this year. Just can't let you know that. Jody. Oh, if you need help, Jody, I will mark it down right now. I'll email and make sure that you have no problems getting in. All right, everyone. Oh, that reminds me, a lot of Fashion Sewing Club members, I know that your renewals come through about now. So If you need to change your credit card, all you have to do is log into your account and change it. If not, it will kick you out of the club and you got to start all over. So if you're grandfathered in, you definitely don't want to miss that opportunity. And if the prices go up this year, I've been trying to hold them, but you never know. All of you that are in the club already are grandfathered in. So you never worry about that. All right. And if you need to sign up for my newsletter, which I've not sent one in like since before Christmas, so you haven't missed anything. There is a Brother Live tomorrow, Darlene, except it's recorded because oh, it's a good one too. Kathy Gandy. All right, everyone. Take care. Talk soon. And if you need me, you know where to find me. All right. Until next time, I'm just checking these comments. It made it look like it's an ending. Yes. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.